Part 3. Do you know what? I don't think that's the worst idea. I just think you gotta understand that United are such a humongous brand anyway. Like,
right, yeah.
I mean, there are United fans that have been United fans since the '70s because it's not just because of because of the Busby Babes and the European Cup winning of like Charlton, Laws, and Best. Do you know what I mean? They have this huge cachet. Like Liverpool, I mean, there are loads of Liverpool fans.
Yeah, I went to the game.
Yeah, purely because of like what they did in the '70s and '80s. You know what I'm saying? It's very difficult to build such a brand. Even if you get players, I mean, there will be more interest. But to build players just because, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I mean, like Belgium. Are we going to get more Belgian fans because Vertonghen's playing for us? Probably, but you've got Kompany who's playing for Man City. You've got Hazard who's playing for Chelsea. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, even though I just think it's not the worst idea, and I think it's. Obviously, it will make you more attractive. I mean, that was the argument about Kagawa. They said, well, obviously, it's a great deal because first, he's an Bosman, and secondly, because he is Japanese, Japanese fans are going to want to watch him. He's such a good player, like Ji-Sun Park was for them, That's a huge market.
Definitely.
But I just think, ultimately, we have to solve the problems on the pitch first, okay? And if there's a silver lining that it generates cert sales and everything else, then we'll look at that. But I think we have to look at what fixes up on the pitch. And right now, we need playmakers. We need another striker. I mean, apparently, some guy, one of my mates, Jeremy, is a really nice guy. We joke about there's a really funny joke about a sandwich. That, trust me, I don't know if you'll get that or not. It's basically, I once said that I'd be willing to go for Gareth Bale, okay? Alright? And then apparently he said he'd be right behind me in that, okay? So I said...
So you'd be in the middle.
I'll be in the middle. I said that's one fucking awful sandwich. Yes.
Yeah.
But he was saying, I remember he saying to me, what was it, Leandro Damian was going to be a Spurs player because it's on Wikipedia that he's joined Spurs. And I'm like, dude, anyone can write that shit. Do you know what I'm saying? But
Let's do it, man. Let's sign him up.
But it's just like... They want 20-odd million, 22 million, and it's not as if we've got that money to spend. I mean, we've got to shift JJ, we've got to shift Bentley, we've got to shift possibly Dawson, Huddleston, probably on a loan to sell. That's 4 players. Gomez, if we get in Loris. So that's 5 players, and we've only got a week to do that. And I think, I'm sorry, but, it's, even with all the best will in the world, that is not going to be easy. I mean, will Aston Villa take... I would love it if Lambert said to us, you know what? I'll take Bentley and Livermore, Bentley and Livermore and I don't know who else. JJ Hirans, because I am desperate, because they're at the bottom of the league and they need, they got no money, and they are doing so shit that they need to sign someone, So if they say, look, we'll take them off your hands, we'll loan them, great. But I just don't see that happening anytime too soon, and I would love it if someone, because apparently with Dawson, I would love for him to move. I think it'd be a great deal, great thing for him because he'll get good money, he'll get to play more games, we get good money for him. But apparently they couldn't agree personal terms, And I don't know how he's getting paid at Spurs. It's not really my business, but he shouldn't. If he's moving, I'm guessing he should be starting to say, look, I'm getting paid X amount at Spurs. All right, they're a bigger club than you. Obviously a high profile.
They're not getting relegated.
You're not getting relegated. So if you want to join you, that's fine. But you're gonna have to pay me a significantly higher wage, And I don't blame you for doing that. But I reckon there's still a chance of him going to Sunderland. I'm surprised that Villa don't go in for him because they are, they need defenders because they are playing absolutely terribly. I think it's like a Mexican standoff. It's like, have you ever seen Tombstone? You must have seen Tombstone, right?
No, what's that?
It's a Western film. It's about the gunfight at the Oka Corral, like the famous Western gunfights, cowboys and all that kind of stuff. And basically, there's a really bit where they're all tented. They've all got guns pulled at each other, and suddenly it's like one guy goes for his gun, and it all starts kicking off. Everyone starts shooting each other. And I think the transfer window will be like that. There'll be so many last minute deals, so many faxes, and all that shit going through. Do you know what I mean? Like even Rafa, we got him at the last minute. Do you know what I'm saying? So so much shit happening at last minute. I just think it will happen, but I just don't. Like I said, I don't. The reason I don't really believe in Moutinho is this, right? If he is as good as, I don't know. He said that apparently Abramovich didn't veto the signing of Moutinho last year, but if he's so good and so integral to the way that AVB plays, why didn't he sign him last year when he was at Chelsea? Do you know what I'm saying? That's the one thing I've never figured out. And the only explanation I've been given so far is that apparently AVB wasn't allowed to do it. He wanted it, but Abramovich wouldn't okay the purchase. So,
it's really, I don't know. It's too expensive for a player that's not really that good. I don't think he's going to really add anything.
That's the thing. A couple of my guys, like, it's like a Triple KA on Super Spurs, they're like, it's got to be Moutinho, we're pissed at Levy. And I'm like, look, Levy's doing the best he can. And, look, end of the day, the best example is this, right? Andy Carroll sold for 35 million. With that money, Newcastle bought Barr, Cisse, Ben Arthur, Kabay. Do you know what I mean? They bought a ton of good players.
So many better players.
They bought a ton of good players, and they strengthened out. And look, I don't know. I don't know if you had this game Football Manager or something, which where you get to be like the manager of any team.
Yeah.
But it's not like that. But it's like, it's just to be able to find these players. And like the guy who found all those players for Newcastle, he used to be our scout. What the hell was he doing? Really? He used to be our scout, and then suddenly gets to Newcastle, starts finding all these players. And the funny thing is
he was too busy with us finding players like Gilberto and who else?
I blame Commodi for all that shit. Gilberto was oh man, I've never known a player to have such an awful. I think he only ever had 3 or 4 games for us, but probably one of the worst. If out of Spurs' worst 11, Gilberto has to go in there. Gilberto, Raziak, and talking about like buying players for their marketing value. We bought this one player, Toda. Japanese player back in the day, long before you became a Spurs fan. He was terrible. Honestly, imagine the worst combinations of JJ, Huddleston, and I don't know Bentley, and that, and even not even Toda could get to that level. That's how bad he was, So we've tried that. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not saying your idea wasn't bad. I think it's a great idea, but we've got to sort it out on the playing field. But hopefully, like I said, I would like to see how this Pino. I'm hopefully, if the game's on, I might actually watch the Roma game just to see how good he is, because I really would like to see how, hopefully if this is a player that we're going to be signing. Because I saw like Remy from Marseille, and I wasn't impressed by him. I really wasn't. And then you can't judge a player in one game, but it was against Lille. It was for it was obviously a top 5. Do you know what I mean? And he just didn't impress me. And I'm thinking, he's not. I just don't think he's going to be the player that we need. The system we play.
I agree.
Yeah. So anyway, shall we wrap this up? Because I think you must need to get some downtime before you get ready for work, right?
No. I'm just thinking that Lukaku would be the perfect player for us if him and Andre Villas-Boas didn't fucking hate each other.
Yeah, but you know what? The chances of Chelsea even loaning to us anyway would have been like, dead next to 0, mate.
I know, but he's big, strong. I really obviously Gallas just sucks, but and he makes everyone look good.
I thought Gallas was alright, but at the end of the day, look at if you're 6'4" and you're mobile. Do you know what I mean? He's a big guy. It's like this, right? I do jiu-jitsu, right? And there's a reason why they have weight categories in jiu-jitsu, because if you're technically good and you're just bigger than some guy, chances are you're going to beat that guy just because you're just a lot bigger. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So I just think it was a bad matchup. You know what I mean? I think the way because Kings handled Drogba many times in the past. Do you know what I mean? But I think in terms of handling someone because Drogba is almost impossible. Let's face it. Bayern Munich struggled against him. Loads of
right,
So it's not exactly. And I think if you're big and powerful, it's going to be difficult. Anyway, come to end of part 3 of the Spurs Video Podcast. I'm fucking loving chatting to my mate Kevin G with his Guns and Roses and his free going balls.
Guns and Roses, baby.
Yeah.
Guns and Roses.
And you know what? Spurs Video Podcast. Click on the ad links and check out spursforum.co.uk and check out what's the name of your business in New York? What's it called, mate?
Kitchensandclosets.com.
Check that out, New Yorkers. Check that out. Wrapping up.
And also, thank you very much for that plug. I just wanted to say that I'm not a douchebag for going like this. I was just playing around. Okay, guys.
No,
So
you're
I'm
a
not
douchebag.
I
You're a Spurs fan. You can't be a douchebag. All right.